All right, so here we are, Mr. DP himself, David Painter, bowling. Y'all got to get one of these. Like, fire. It'll make you hot, man. Make you get all that. Can't say that. But it's whatever. You got anything on your shirts, hoodies, crew necks, and whatever else is to come?
Hey, we got deals galore, like tie-dye shirts, regular shirts, hoodies, crew necks, you name it, we got it.
He's got some, we've been talking on Snapchat. He's got some big ideas coming up.
It's coming. Just wait.
But yeah, he needs to make some like.
We can't tell him yet.
Oh crap! It's ideas. We don't know if it's coming out or not. It's ideas.
We got ideas coming.
Yeah, ideas, biggins.
Biggins.
Got to get 10%. I'm a hired, not even yet hired associate, but I might as well be. Got anything on that?
Let's get her done.
They switch. Y'all better buy it. Buy it. DP merch. Come on, baby.
So I have to make an apology to everybody. I left my iPad at home last Tuesday, so I was not able to do a full recap of last week's scores. I will do that now, and for normal weeks, I'll just do it at the end of each video. So this week, you get 2 recaps. You're welcome. So in the first game, I left in the very first adult ball I ever threw in my life. I left a 4-8-10. And that's just foreshadowing how my night was going to go. I got the 8. And then the second frame, I left a 4-10, which, okay, that's fine. I got the 4. And then I left a 10 pin, and I picked it up. Then I went a 3 in a row, and then I left a 4 pin. I was upset that I left a 4 pin, and I accidentally whiffed it. So can't do that tonight. In the 8th frame, I left a 3-6-10, and I'm the absolute worst at 3-6-10s for whatever reason. I don't know, just always have been. And I chopped it, and I missed the 10. In the 9th, I went strike, and then I doubled in the 10th. And then on the last ball of the 10th, I left a 2-4-6-8. The 2-4-6-8. I don't know. Don't ask me. So that was game 1, and I shot a 189. Game number 2, I go 10 pin spare, 10 pin spare, 3-6 spare. And then I left the bucket and I spared it. Then I go double. And then I leave another 10 pin and I spared it. And then the immaculate 5-7-10 pocket shot. And I ended up getting the 5 pin. I almost got the 5-10. The 5 pin went into the back and came back forward and just barely didn't get enough back. And then 9th frame, I went 10 pin again and I spared it. And then 10th frame, I left another 10 pin and I spared it. And then I struck on the last ball for a 186. So I bowled a lot better game 2, but got 3 pins less. Probably just because I didn't throw more strikes that game. But only had 1 open, so I'm okay with that. Game number 3, started out with a 10 pin and I missed it. I have an intruder trying to get in the door. I locked the door on him. To open game number 3, I left a 10 pin and I missed it. And then I went strike, strike. And then I went 10 pin spare, 10 pin spare. And then I threw a strike. And then in the 7th frame, I left a 4-10 and I got the 4 again. In the 8th frame, I went strike. 9th frame, I went not a 10 pin this time. I got a 3 pin. And then I struck out in the 10th for a 195 for a total of 570. And I averaged a 190. My camera just fell. Oops. There we go. So yeah, I averaged a 190 on the first night of league. Statistics for the night. My first ball average was a 9.03. You can't really complain about that. Like, I'm getting the ball to the head pin. I just got to get them to all fall down on the same shot. So striking percentage was at a 45. That's like honestly pretty good. If you're anywhere remotely close to 45 to 50, if you're striking like at least 50% of the time, you're going to be all right. Spares, this is where I have to improve upon. I was a 61%. I was 11 for 18. Now that's including the splits. On makeables, I was at a 78%. I was 11 for 14. Single pins, I was 81%, and I was 9 for 11. On the makeable spares, I was 8 for 10 on 10 pins. And then I missed the 3, 6, 9 that I left, and I missed the 4 pin. So if I just clean those up, I'm looking, it fell again. I'd be looking a whole lot better if I just picked those up. But that was that for the first night. But now it's over, so we're moving on to this week. I'm going to improve upon stuff. Going to learn a lot as we go. But I'm going to go practice some spares. The best part of the video, we're going to get our pregame meal, and I'm not going to McDonald's this time. We're going to Taco Bell. And the only reason we're going to Taco Bell is because Casey wants it. So we're waiting on Clifford to get back. He forgot his wallet, so who knows how long it's going to take him to find his wallet. But when we do, we're going to Taco Bell. Decisions. It's a secret. I'm not showing you what I got yet. I got 2 cheesy double beef burritos, but no Fiesta strips because I'm picky. Insert chef's kiss. For the league recap, we're in 7th place after week 1. We went 3-4. A lot of the teams went 4-3, 3-4, 5-2, 2-5, just almost dead even across the board just because we were setting up averages last week. One thing that I'd like to point out that I think is interesting is that we were the 3rd highest scratch set. When we figure it out as a team, we're going to be arguably the best team scratch, in my opinion, because I bowled like absolute hot dog water last week, and we still finished 3rd highest in the scratch division. So I'm really excited about this week. We're got the averages set up. I think that we could sweep this week. We're bowling on lanes 5 and 6. That's one of my favorite pairs in this house. The team we're bowling has 243 pins of handicap, and we have 105. So it's going to be tough. We've definitely got to hit our average tonight. We got to pick up our spares, but I think it's going to be a good night overall. Before we start bowling, I got to get into some proper attire. That's better. Let's bowl. So I may or may not have told you a handful of lies tonight. Lie number 1 is that we were not bowling on lanes 5 and 6. Luckily, we were bowling on 3 and 4, which is my favorite pair in the house. To the stats. Game 1, I go strike, 10-pin spare, strike, strike, 4-7 spare, strike, strike, 4-pin spare, and then I went pocket 5-7 in the 9th, strike, strike, 10-pin, I believe, for a 213. Game number 2, 10-pin miss, so there's my 10-pin miss of the day. Strike, 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 so 4-bagger, brutal 9-pin. I mean, I slammed the pocket and 9-pin, but I spared it. Then we go really ugly 4-7-10. I got the 4-7, or the 4-10. And then I go 10-pin spare, strike, 4-pin spare, strike for a 204. And they're bumping out there. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. And then, so I shot 204 that game. And then the third game, I go strike, 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 10-pin spare. Then I go 4-7. It was so ugly. Then I go strike, and then 4-pin, and then I got my 4-pin miss. So I think we're going to have at least one weekly 4-pin miss. I mean, I just completely whiffed. And then I go 2-8, and I spared it, luckily. Strike in the 9th, strike in the 10th, and I let it hang, and I threw it a little harder, and I left the bucket, and I picked it up for a 200 flat. So for the night, I shot a 6-17, and I averaged 205, and it raised my season average to a 197. Lie number 2 that I told you, the team that we bowled did not have a 243 pin handicap. They had a bowler that was out last week that I didn't realize, and so he was setting his average this week. But luckily, they only got 212 because he averaged a 181 for the night. So in game number 1, we took the win 1,140 to 1,087. Game 2, we shot a 1,200. Man, we were lights out that game. They shot a 1,070. And then game 3, we took the win again for 1,150 to 1,058. Yeah, 1,058. So we won all 3 of the games, and then obviously we won total pins. With handicap, we shot a 3,490. And with their handicap, they shot a 3,215. The biggest numbers of the night were scratch. We shot 3,175. Cameron was the absolute man tonight, let me tell you. He shot a 207, a 253, and a 273. He took it to the front 8 in either the front 8 or front 9 in game 2, and then I know for a fact he took it the front 9 in the third game, and he shot a 733. All around, we bowled absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. We had 2 700s, we had 2 600s, and poor Leroy, he shot a 177, 191, but could not get nothing to fall game 3, and shot a 119. But we went 7-0. I called it sweep. That's just how we doing things around here. We're going to sweep everybody every single week. But I'm going to promise you guys are going to want to tune in next week. I've been waiting for this matchup for the longest of times. So I'm going to see you guys next week. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'm going to see y'all next week. Thank you for watching.